ever been spiritually catfished? Yes, catfished. Because today we are talking about the side of spirituality that Instagram won't show you, your gurus won't explain to you, and the people are too scared to say it out loud. Some of the biggest so called holy men have rap sheets longer than their malas. Some of the most famous consciousness teachers were having tea with the actual predators, and some gurus have enough political contacts to run a parallel government. But don't worry, this episode isn't a gossip. It is not a scandal chasing. It is spiritual hygiene. Because if you don't know the difference between a guru and a glorified brand ambassador, between consciousness and commerce, between truth and theater, you will walk straight into a prison thinking it is a temple. Welcome back, beautiful souls. I am Preeti. Today I'm going to help you tune into your inner radio, sharpen your discernment, and walk your spiritual path without becoming someone else's spiritual slave. Are you ready? All right. I am going to start by naming few gurus, not to shame, not to sensationalize, but to bring truth back into spirituality, because too many people have been blindly surrendering to people they should be questioning. Here is the thing, these figures are not bad people because they taught yoga or meditation. They became dangerous when their followers surrendered critical thinking and personal boundaries. So let's look at some real-world examples, because patterns educate us faster than sermons. Okay, the first person is Asaram Bapu. He was convicted for sexually assaulting a minor, faced multiple additional cases, and he still has a massive following defending him. What is the lesson here? Charisma and spiritual language can override basic morality in the minds of devotees. The next person is Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh. He was convicted of rape. Followers caused riots that killed people after his verdict, and he was also linked to murder investigations and forced castrations. Again, what is the lesson here? Blind devotion can turn into violent cult behavior. The next one is Swami Nithyananda. He was accused of sexual abuse, sex tape scandals, and even have claims of child abduction. Then he disappeared and declares a spiritual country. What is the lesson here? When a guru acts above law, followers lose connection with the true reality. The next person is Osho, Rajneesh. Yes, he did teach meditation, but his commune in Oregon, it was about mass poisoning, wiretapping, immigration fraud. What is the lesson here? Deep philosophy doesn't cancel out dangerous organizational behavior. And the next person I have is Sadhguru. He does not have any criminal case, but he has a long list of public disputes, unauthorized constructions, elephant corridors, political closeness, and national branding. Again, what is the lesson? Spirituality can become a political corporate machine if you don't see the ecosystem behind the image. And the last person that I have on my list is Deepak Chopra, the consciousness guru, and he is in Epstein's contact list. Again, he's not accused of a crime yet, but documentation show there are multiple meetings with Epstein after Epstein was known as a sex offender. Again, the email does show some cordial connection. What is the lesson here? Even global spiritual celebrities can normalize predators through silence or proximity. Why am I truly naming 6 people? right? Not the entire list. Because you have to understand the full ecosystem, not the curated Instagram reels. Because spirituality becomes dangerous only when you hand over your intellect, right? Because your soul was never meant to be subcontracted to any guru, godman, or a wellness celebrity. This isn't defamation. This is just a pattern recognition. And recognizing the patterns is the foundation of discernment. You beautiful souls have forgotten your true power because some guru told you you are not pure enough yet. Spirituality is not supposed to become another prison. Not your guru's prison, not society's prison, not Instagram wellness prison. Not my chakras are blocked, so I must suffer prison. No. Your spiritual path is supposed to free you, not fry your common sense. So today, let's talk about discernment, your inner guidance, and how to switch off the noise outside and connect to your soul's wisdom, the one your soul has been playing for a lifetime. Let's dive deeper into today's uncomfortable reality. A lot of spirituality today is just rebranded power, politics, and profit. You must have seen it. The gurus building mega properties on forest land, the wellness celebrities doing photo shoots while preaching detachment, people who talk about consciousness 1 minute and pose with the politicians the next, or the global healers networking with actual predators and pretending it's just business. There is no point in naming them all because this conversation is bigger than these individuals. It's about patterns. The pattern is simple. When spirituality becomes a corporation, truth becomes a commodity. And once something is a commodity, your soul stops being the priority. Your fear becomes their business model. That is where people get lost. Not because they are weak, but because they didn't have discernment. And that is exactly what we are fixing today. Let me tell you the biggest secret of these manipulative gurus. They don't control you by force. They control you with stories, the narratives. Only I can unlock your karma. Questioning me means you are not spiritually evolved. Donate this much and your destiny will change. Serve me and you will get moksha. And the world is like a low vibe place and only this group is special and it's going to take you to eternity. Does that sound familiar? Because these are the classic techniques from psychology and it's not spirituality. They shut down your intelligence, your instincts, and your inner GPS. And your soul, it gets suffocated under layers of beliefs you didn't even choose. You know what the saddest part is? People think they are becoming spiritual, but actually they are becoming dependent. And dependence is the opposite of divinity. Let's shift into truth. Real spirituality is not external. It is not the guru, not the mantra, not the ashram, not the holy place, not even this podcast, not, including even mine. Because the real spirituality is following your soul's broadcast. It is the moment your higher self whispers, Preeti, this doesn't feel right. It is time to leave. This path is yours. This decision feels aligned. This person is not. But most people have that notification set to silent because they have handed their remote control to someone wearing a saffron or a white or a fancy mala, right? So let me say this clearly. You are your own sacred space. Your soul is your first guru. Your discernment is your only protection. And no one, absolutely no one, should sit between you and your creator. Remember that. Before you allow any teacher, healer, guru, swami, yogi, or a wellness thought leader, check these 5 things. Okay? The first one is transparency. How do they handle money, power, or even sexuality? If everything is a secret, then it's time for you to run. The second one is humility. A real teacher will never act like God. They point to God, not to themselves. And the third thing would be freedom. Do you feel empowered or controlled, restricted, or even afraid? And the fourth thing would be inner alignment. Does this path feel like your truth, or are you outsourcing your conscience? And the fifth one is your nervous system check. Your body will always tell the truth. If your stomach tightens, your eyes lowers, or energy drops, that is not divine. That is a real sign of a genuine guide. You will feel more yourself, not less. Okay, here is the good news. You don't need to find the right guru. You don't even need to find your right frequency. And that frequency always lives inside you. Your spiritual evolution will never come from fear, guilt, dependency, shame, hierarchy, or someone telling you you are not good enough. Your spiritual evolution always comes from your inner listening, your personal truth, the quiet courage, the intuition, the self-responsibility, and even soul connection. And all you need is a willingness to hear your own voice. And that is more powerful than every mantra in this world. Let's talk about something even more important. The spiritual abuse doesn't happen only through these gurus, right? It also happens through ritual addiction. Yes, addiction. A lot of people don't realize they've turned their daily sadhana into a punishment routine, like a spiritual guilt-based gym membership. If I miss my puja today, bad karma will hit me. If I don't chant 108 times, Devi won't bless me. If I don't do this ritual exactly as the Guru said, my path is ruined. My loves, that is not devotion. That is anxiety wearing kumkum, right? The rituals are just tools. They are not handcuffs. So here are pointed and powerful solutions for practicing your sadhana and learning from teachers without giving up your freedom. Okay? So here is the solution number 1. Ask yourself daily, does this practice truly expand me, or is it exhausting me? If a ritual makes you feel anxious or guilty or even robotic, and you feel disconnected and it's all self-critical, then it is no longer spiritual. It is just a habit with fear attached. Keep only the practice that opens your energy. Change or drop the ones that drain you. Solution number 2, make your higher self the final guru. Okay? You can learn from the sages, saints, books, pundits, YouTube, or even your favorite teacher. Okay? Everything is perfect. Every teaching must pass through your inner intelligence. Before you adopt anything, ask yourself, is this meant for my life at this stage? Is this truly my dharma? Does this feel like wisdom, or is it just peer pressure? Is this expanding me, or is it aligning me? Right? If your body or intuition says no, then please release the teaching with gratitude and just move on. Solution number 3. Most people suffocate because they're just doing rituals meant for maybe monks or some saints in the 1800s. People with zero real world responsibilities. I'm not discounting what they did. All I'm saying is your practice can be maybe 3 minutes, like 5 breath, maybe even a one chant or one deep prayer with just one offering, because it is still powerful. Because a ritual done with presence for 3 minutes can be as powerful as the one that you do for 2 hours and it is done mechanically, right? God listens to sincerity and He's not looking at the stopwatch timers, okay? The next one, solution number 4, is instead of asking how many hours did I chant, instead ask yourself what shifted inside me. Spirituality is not a numbers game. It is an energetic transformation. Your sadhana should help you. It should regulate your nervous system, connect with silence and anchor your intention. It should soften your ego, expand your heart. If it is doing all of these things, then you are set. Solution number 5. Your guru should illuminate the road, not your own destination, right? Healthy relationship with any teacher could look like you can admire them, okay? You can learn from them, but don't depend on them completely. If your life collapses because a guru is not physically around, you were just worshipping the personality, not practicing the path. So take the wisdom, leave the worship. And then solution number 6. Every 30 days, maybe sit with yourself for 10 minutes or even 5 and ask yourself, what practice is actually working for me? What practice is just a tradition without any meaning to me? Does it feel heavy? Am I feeling scared? Is it even sacred? What did life teach me this month that no guru mentioned? What does my higher self want next? Because your path should evolve with you. Stagnant spirituality is just spiritual hibernation. Okay? And the last one, solution number 7, is that the rituals should truly feel like you are dancing with the divine. Like the divine is whispering to your soul and you are just massaging your energy body, like lighting a candle from your inner truth where you feel so close to the divine, right? It should not be like you are punching a clock for God. It is not just your 9 to 6 job, okay? So if your ritual doesn't make you feel soft, held, open, or empowered, you deserve a better ritual, okay? And remember, if a guru tells you that they are the only doorway to God, just smile, fold your hands, and walk out. Because half the gurus out there don't want you awakened. They want you addicted. And the day you learn to trust your inner voice, maybe half the spiritual industry will go out of business. And lastly, if God really needed a middleman, He would have opened probably a help desk, not an ashram. So your higher self has been broadcasting your path this whole time. Today, you just turn the volume back up. If this episode woke something in you, share it with someone who's stuck in spiritual